You should be able to tell them. But because I feared losing what I had, being homeless or being discarded, I didn't say nothing.
Real life. It ain't real life. Just say real life street star. You know what time it is. Real life street star. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on. When I was young and my mama had me. Hey, this is a very special moment, man. Again, I'm gonna call you Mama P. I know some people probably say Finesse Mama. Actually, how do you like to be introduced?
You can call me Mama P.
Mama P. Okay.
You can call me Mama P.
All right. So as the world knows, we've had two stellar individuals on this couch before, man, which is Finesse2tymes and No Love. And I feel like this is the triangle, as we got a story from both of your sons, and it's only right that we bring you on and have a conversation with you. And first and foremost, I want to say thank you for coming on and trusting us to, help give you a voice in this scenario and, just have a conversation. So first of all, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
A pleasure to be here.
Yes, I appreciate it. All the way to Dallas. Is this your first time in Dallas?
No, I lived in Dallas 4 years ago, and I lived in Mansfield, and then I moved to Stop 6.
Oh, whoa. Whoa, wait a minute. And I'm not saying Stop 6 is bad.
It is.
That's what you said. Wait, to go from Mansfield to Stop 6, how was Stop 6? Because the world heard stories about Stop 6.
Well, I really didn't bother nobody, so I heard it outside, but I stayed in the house. So I never did go outside to see nothing or see what's going on outside.
Did anyone know who you were out there, or?
My neighbor did.
Wow, your neighbor.
My neighbor did, and when I left my apartment, he broke in and stole everything.
Goddamn neighbor! Was this was old black man, or was it?
It was a black guy.
Damn.
Yeah, and he was rooting for me and everything. As soon as I pulled off and went to Houston, he broke in my house.
Damn. You think he want to do that the whole time? You feel like it?
Of course he did.
I know she got some of this.
Hell yeah, he did.
Damn, man. Stop 6, boy. They wild out there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are.
Well, what we want to do with this conversation is, we want you to be able to talk to us and tell us a story because, we've had both Finesse and No Love here, and we had them speaking as far as from a brother's perspective of each other. And then, of course, I know you have recently went viral speaking on, which I don't think you've ever spoke on before, of scenarios that happen within the family, but you've recently went viral just saying of the situation with, that dealing with, your son and your sons and having everything you're going with. I guess before we go to the story is, what made you want to speak at that moment to the world? Because normally we haven't seen you that vocal before.
I guess, they say pressure busts pipes. And I got to my peak, of walking on eggshells and not being able to speak and say what I needed to say. It overflowed. And so when I went, and to this day, I'm kind of embarrassed of that because that's not my character. I just don't do stuff like that. But I was tired. I got to the point of, I'm tired. And so it just came out. And since then I haven't said anything, because, but there was a moment for me where I feel like I just, I blew up. I was mad.
I was going to ask, emotionally, where were you at? Because it does take a lot, for the same person to grab a phone, press record and start telling a story to, you don't know who's about to receive this. It could be the one person or
I felt
10
like
million
I was
people.
being treated unfairly. I was treated unfairly because of something somebody else did, I didn't feel like I deserved that. I didn't feel like I deserved to be treated like that because I've been everything, yes, until I said no. And then when I said no, I got done away. And so constantly walking around on eggshells all the time, not being able to voice nothing that you feel, especially to your child. A parent should be able to talk to that child and tell them, whether they doing wrong or they doing right. You should be able to tell them. But because I feared losing what I had, being homeless or being discarded, I didn't say nothing. I just kept my words to myself and I didn't say nothing. And that moment right there was the moment that I'm like, I got to say something. I got to say something. And it came out.
Was there anyone else at the time that you were able to reach out for help to in that moment, as far as any other family members, any other friends?
Nobody. Nobody. The family is just as poor as me. So I couldn't call and ask them for nothing. I was just on my own. At that point, I'm just on my own. So, no.
All right. So in order to know where we're at, we got to kind of understand how we got here. So, again, this is a therapeutic moment. So I look at this as therapy, but the world will want to kind of know what's the family dynamic has been from back in the day. Because one thing we know for sure is that the genes is strong in the family. The genes is strong in the family. The father, it's very rare. Sometimes kids look like their daddies. Sometimes they like their mama. But man, your boys.
I know, and everybody got different daddies. All 4 of my kids have different daddies.
Are you type A blood type?
I don't know. I don't know. I think because I look so much like my daddy. My boys actually look like my daddy.
Oh, really? We got to get a picture. I got to see.
So that was just, I guess just genetics.
Do you feel like they look like you?
Yeah. I don't think they look this much like me as like they do now when they were smaller. Okay. I think Ricky always looked like me. But the other ones kind of grew into it. And then I started noticing, damn, everybody look alike. Except for Lil Ju.
Yeah.
Lil Ju looked like his daddy. So he got my eyebrows, though.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, how early did you see it when they were kids? Like, or, sometimes they'd be like, sometimes it's like 1 week. Oh, he look just like, but.
Yeah, I didn't see it until they got grown, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, take us through there, man. Take us through there.
I mean, like what? I mean,
go ahead and tell us the family dynamic as far as raising not only Ricky but No Love and or I'm for the world I'm gonna say Finesse and No Love, so they'll
Okay, well I'm starting right here. I got pregnant at 14 with Ricky. I had him at 15. At that time, I was born in poverty. So all the way up to 14, I was still in poverty. So when I had him, we lived in poverty. So I think Trey is like, 3 years younger than Ricky. I had Trey at 19, and I was just, I had kids at a young age. I was a child raising a child. I didn't know everything, so coming up, I thought I was doing the best I could do. I thought I was doing good. I was 16 in 92. I was riding a 92 because I always been about my paper.
Were you living with your parents?
I was living with my mom.
Did she accept Ricky being born?
She was happy I was pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah.
How old was the father of Ricky?
He was 19.
Right.
I was 14.
Right. And technically, that's kind of like statutory almost.
It is.
You're right. And so how did the family deal with that?
Well, my mom didn't like him. She didn't want him to, she did not allow him to come to the house. I always snuck out to go be with him, and basically I was kind of like the breadwinner in the house.
Right.
Believe it or not, I took care of my mama and my sister and brother too, because I was in the streets. I was selling dope, getting it how I live, and I dropped out at 15, and told my mom, I was like, look, I can't keep going to school. I gotta make some money, you know. And she was like, well, if you get your GED, then you can drop out. 30 days later, I had my GED.
Right. So was the father present the whole time?
The father has never been present.
Okay.
Neither one of them. Neither one of them.
How long was the longest relationship that stuck around?
Until when I got pregnant, I kicked him to the curb.
You kicked him to the curb?
I kicked him to the curb. I didn't want to be, none of them. We did not. I don't even remember being with Trey Daddy.
Yeah,
I don't even know how you even got here.
Can't stick that around. Is there one that you could have probably worked it out with?
No.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.